compassion as a mentor allows me to really listen to my mentee's experience and to reconnect with that part of myself, how I face those challenges as a new teacher. And compassion breeds compassion, and I think that when students see teachers working together and sharing in those challenges, they also grow from that. And if we try to create a culture of compassion in our classrooms, then we have a responsibility as teachers to bring that out into our professional community as well.
Well, some of the things that we've been doing together in terms of collaboration is really looking at some of the things that are being taught in the classroom. Are they necessary? What can make them effective for helping student achievement? Checking out assessment practices and making sure that they really align. Another piece is actually being in the classroom and asking my mentee, what's your focus for me to observe you? And then debriefing about what actually happened in the classroom based on what my mentee wanted me to observe in him and his teaching. It helped not only him, but also helped me to hone in on our practices within the classroom and make sure we're creating a positive environment.
I'm in my second year of teaching and my second year of the mentorship program. And without mentorship, I'm not really sure how I would have survived my first couple years of teaching. I have had two great mentors. I've got to work on a lot of collaborative projects with them, and also go and watch their teaching and have them a part of my classroom as well. And just working together on that sort of stuff has really been a savior for me. So it's just nice to have that person to bounce ideas off of, to be able to ask questions and to be able to trust and go to them if you're having any issues in the classroom, if there are behavior issues, if there's things you don't know how to deal with. It's really good to be able to go to that person and ask them those questions and talk to them and have that confidential conversation that you know they're not judging you.
The mentoring program was invaluable to me because we do have such a unique position in our school. I'm the only person that does what I do in my school. So to be able to connect with somebody else with Shannon's experience it just made my year so much easier, and I feel like I was a much better teacher because of that relationship as well.
I think this program is the most valuable Pro-D that I've ever had in my entire teaching career. Because it was formulated by us and our challenges in our current practice, it was very relevant to our actual practice. It also gave us a chance to reflect, to observe, which as teachers we don't really get very much time to do, and so that release time was extremely important. I don't think it would have been nearly as valuable if it was just meeting after school.
I also appreciated the time and space away from my classroom to do reflection and critical thinking and think about who I was as a teacher and who I wanted to be as a teacher, what things that I could incorporate into my classroom and how I could do things differently. And I feel that the mentoring program provided that time and that space for me.
Sometimes you just need that person to tell you, yes, that's a great idea, but why don't you try this or try that? And I think for me that's probably the biggest thing that mentorship has done. And then to move beyond that, once you kind of get through that first year, and especially when you're full-time, you're just thrown into it. In the second year, you start figuring out certain things and you kind of know what you're doing at that point. And my mentor this year, I've got to go watch her do mindfulness, and something that I started implementing in my classroom. So without having that mentor and to have that release time to get into her classroom, I probably wouldn't have started the mindfulness program this year.
This is an opportunity for people to be able to vent or collaborate or have a confidential discussion or gain some knowledge from the wisdom of that mentor. In the same token, it helps that mentor to continue to stay fresh with the ideas that their mentee who's so excited about this profession and being potentially new to it or to a new grade, it helps that person remain fresh in their program and excited about what they've been passionate about all along. Wellness is key for us to have successful citizens in society, and this is a huge piece, in my opinion, for teachers staying well, for them modeling wellness to their students, and for being an inspiration to our next generation.
I've been working in this same district for 24 years, and so to see the mentorship program come in, I think is very rich for our district because as an experienced teacher, I have an understanding of the the local culture that I can then pass on to or work with a new teacher who's coming into our district. And so I do believe that it helps to anchor new teachers in perhaps what is a new environment to them.
One of the biggest benefits me and my partner Carrie here noticed from the collaboration time and the mentorship time was that we naturally worked together more as two teachers, and in doing so this brought our two classes much closer together. I teach an English grade 7 and she teaches a French grade 7. And it gave us many more opportunities to plan different lessons together, different projects together.
We noticed that it really made a difference for our two grade 7 classes becoming one community.
It's neat because it's gone the full circle, whereas there's been a few times where I've had my students say to me, "Hey, Mr. Page, are we going to work with the other class, or can we do such and such with the other class?" And I think it's really neat to see that kind of want come from the kids, not just the teachers who often think to themselves, "Oh, well, it's good to bring classes together to build community," but for the kids to recognize that themselves and actually initiate that process.
So having our students working together and seeking out each other lends itself to us more naturally collaborating on things that we want to do together as teachers for the students that we teach.
Et puis souvent en immersion, on se trouve quand même assez isolé parce que c'est un programme unique. Alors de travailler avec quelqu'un d'autre qui se trouvait vraiment dans mon domaine, qui vivait les mêmes défis que moi, ça a été vraiment enrichissant comme expérience pour moi comme prof. Et puis on a pu faire des projets ensemble avec les deux classes. Alors les élèves ont rencontré d'autres élèves qui vivaient l'expérience d'immersion.
Effective mentorship is also the highest form of collaboration. If you have teachers who value mentorship and collaboration, you will have teachers that will collaborate with their students in their classrooms. And ultimately, it's all about respecting student voice, parent voice, teacher voice, and administration voice. And through mentorship, we improve our lifelong journey of learning.